Hi everyone. I hope you've all had a great day, a great week, a great month. Whatever time you're watching this, I hope you're doing great. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button before we hop into this video. Today we are going to be, I am going to be mood reading. For the next week or so, I don't really have a set deadline or timeline for this video until I feel like I want to stop the video. So for the first book I picked out, I kind of thought of this video after I started reading this book. And then I was like, I want to read this book on camera with them because I think this would be such a fun book to read with you guys and give my reactions live. And that is Give Me More by Sarah Kate. This one is very spicy. It is not for everybody. It is very, 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 very spicy. This revolves around a married couple who brings in their male best friend into their relationship as a polyamorous relationship, but they're kind of testing it out. This is the third book in the Salacious Players Club series from Sarah Kate. And it's dark romance. It's dark romance. It's not for everybody. This goes beyond spicy and smutty to another dimension that we can't even really talk about on YouTube. So before you go into this book, read the trigger warnings, read what the content is in this book, and don't judge other people for reading books like this. This is reading too, and I think it's so important to acknowledge that I'm not going to stand for judgment on my channel or in the comment section, so we can talk about it. This is a safe space, and you are allowed to read these books if you're an adult and you're making safe choices for you. So I wanted to clear that up before we hop into the video. Like I said, I did start this one a few days ago, or I guess yesterday. And so I am a little bit into it. I believe I'm 90 pages in, something like that. 9 chapters in. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I mean, with Sarah Kate's books, she hops right into the action and the spice. So there isn't a lot of build up or anticipation. It just kind of happens. But there is another level to this of it isn't just about one relationship. It's about male on male, male on female, and the whole dynamic of it being a polyamorous relationship and them figuring it out in this book. And I think it's going to be really, really cool, a really beautiful story. It's just going to be interesting to see how Sarah Kate writes it. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into reading it, and I will catch back up with you in a minute. now starting to kick off. You can really start to see and feel the chemistry and the tension between the three of them. And they're starting to talk about the arrangement and the agreement that they are coming to, and the realization that they all may have more feelings for each other than just friendship. And so far it's really good. I haven't picked up a book by Sarah Kate in a while. It's not since last year. And so I'm really happy to be back in her world. Her books are always just very fun and spicy and quick to read. And I really, really enjoy them. They're not too dark. They're not too crazy. I mean, they're definitely spicy, so check trigger warnings before you go into it and be aware. But I will say I've read a lot worse than Sarah Kate, and I really just enjoy how easy and digestible her romances are to read, and how accepting and how much normalcy she brings to spicy books. I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll check back in when I have some new developments. Okay, I literally just read 6 more pages and we are in like full spice. So before page 100, she's writing full spice, and so just forewarning. But it's really great. It's really great. It's just very spicy. So it looks like it's going to be one bed trope too. I know some people don't like that, so do know that there is a single bed trope where like they think they have two beds and then they get into the room and it's only one. So that just developed. Minor spoiler. I don't really think it's going to spoil anything, but I like to know those things before I go into a book, and I did not know that. So I did a little bit more reading in Give Me More today, and my clips are a little bit off in timing because I didn't end up filming last night. So the intro and this clip, I'm filmed in the same shirt. The reading clips are going to be saying it's filmed in a different shirt. It is what it is. I'm checking back in with you guys to let you know I got significantly farther in the book than I was anticipating. I'm almost 200 pages in, so we're like right at over halfway. I have put so many tabs in this freaking thing. My tab, oh wait, it's in my book. Stupid. It's like empty. So I'm loving it so far. I really think it's a beautiful story. And some of y'all are going to probably hate me for saying that, but I feel like this love story is beautiful. I think that the character development, I'm only halfway through, and I feel like I have grown so much with the characters in this story, and I just feel so much for them. I feel the insecurity and the pain and the confusion with them, and I just really adore Sarah Kate's writing. I love that she talks about everything in the world of sex with no shame, no fear, no judgment, just acceptance. This book is about a married couple who is a male and a female, and they bring in the husband's best friend, and they are trying, they start out because of his desire for voyeurism, and then it just turns into a little bit more. They've been best friends for forever, and they just, they figure out that they may be and maybe have always been destined for each other, and in more of a way than like a friendship way. I'm not describing this well, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's like they're all learning. You can tell they weren't expecting it to go this way. They've been friends for so long. They weren't obviously anticipating their relationship to end up in a very intimate, romantic setting. But they're all down for it. They're down with it. And they're all very passionate about it. And you can tell they have real love for each other. And I was hesitant on how Sarah Kate was going to write this out and how she was going to build the world and describe all three of the connections and make it seem equal. Maybe not even equal is the right word, but like convince me that they were all on the same page, but she's doing it. And I don't know, I just feel like it's being done in such a relatable and digestible and really just accepting way. And that's really awesome to see. So I really commend Sarah Kate in this one so far. I know this one isn't for everybody, and it isn't going to be for everybody. The whole idea of people having like plural marriage or an open relationship, that is a divisive topic, and I've read a lot of reviews on this book of people who have not gotten down with this book. Like, they do not vibe with the book. They don't vibe with the idea of an open marriage or a plural marriage, and I get it. Obviously, like, polygamy is illegal, I believe, in the US all across the board. But open marriage is not. And, you know, if you're an adult and you're doing it safely and that's what you want, then that's your life choice, you know, and it's not on me to judge you, and it's not my place to judge you, and it's not anyone's place to judge anybody, in my opinion. So I am just really thankful that Sarah Kate wrote this book in a very accepting way, and I hope more people read it and can accept it for what it is and not judge other people for it. But I got a little too deep on that. This is just a fiction book. I really love it so far. I'm going to hop back into reading, and I'll check back in with y'all probably like around 80% of the way done, and we can read the last like 20% together, and you can get all of my final thoughts. It is Monday now. We're starting a new week. I went to work this morning, got back home. I ended up editing my entire book haul video. If you didn't go check it out, go check it out. It's up at this point. It's a huge book haul of just thrillers, which you know are my favorite. But I thought I would check in. I haven't read anything since I last saw you last night. We got busy like watching TV or something. Oh, catching up on Love Island. If you've watched Love Island or you're watching it, literally all of you, drop a comment in the comment section. I need to talk about Love Island. Aside from Love Island and catching up on Love Island, I didn't get around to reading because, I mean, if you watch Love Island, you know the Love Island effect. The Love Island effect that I made up. I just get so wrapped up in it, and I end up going on like a straight binge for like 7 episodes, and it's really unhealthy, and then I don't end up reading. You know how it is. So today I'm going to be pretty much, I'm hoping I can finish Give Me More. I think I can. I can. We are manifesting. I can read the rest of it before I go to sleep. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I finished my video, like I said, so I'm already ahead of schedule. It is randomly storming. Also, if y'all have seen the Texas flooding, obviously this is going to be later than when it happened, but when I'm filming this, it happened a couple days ago over the weekend. And my heart is broken. If y'all have watched my videos in the past, you know I am from Houston. I've lived here for a couple years now. I originally, before this, I lived in Dallas. So I've lived in Texas for a few years now. And my heart just goes out to all the families in the Texas flooding that have been impacted, who have lost loved ones or property, whatever it is that you've lost. Like, my heart goes out to you, and I'm with you, and I'm thinking about you. It just really broke my heart. It breaks my heart. It's just, when I saw all the flooding, it really hit close to home, and I just am so sad for all of the families and everyone who is impacted by this tragedy. And I really hope we can take some time to enact some reform on our emergency readiness and response, and put a little more time and money into disaster recovery and relief, and making sure that we let people know ahead of time, on time, to get out. Back to books. I just did want to cover that because I am from Texas and it's just weighing on my heart a lot right now. But I don't ever want to make this like a political channel or anything like that. So my heart just goes out to the victims and the victims' family, and Texans all over and families all over. I'm with you in this moment. I'm going to get back into the books. I'm hoping that I can finish Give Me More tonight. I'm going to just hop into reading with y'all. It's very rainy, like I was saying. So it's just cloudy. It's randomly storming. Just, they're pop-up storms out of nowhere. And so I turned my lights off. I turned my lava lamp on. We have the window open, and me and Maverick are just chilling. We're just chilling. So you can chill with us. I'm going to put some good music, calming music over the B-roll, and I'll check back in once I've made a little bit more progress in the book. Okay, so I am let's see, I am 280 pages in. I have maybe a quarter, not even a quarter. I have less than 50 pages left, I would say. And so I just got through like the conflict part of the book. Every romance typically has one of those big conflicts, or I think they're normally called a third act breakup, but this one isn't necessarily a third act breakup. I think it's just a conflict that the three main characters have. And so I've gotten through that, and I'm about to get into the really like spicy, juicy ending. And I can't say much without spoiling it, and I don't want to do that at all because I think that you really need to go into this one blind and just be in it for the experience, like the true experience, and write it out. Anyway, so this book, yeah, it's really spicy, really, really spicy. I have been like blushing, I've been giggling. It has just been an experience for sure. But I adore all the characters. Drake, Isabel, and Hunter. The entire book, I have just felt such palpable love from them, between all three of them, even through the conflict and even through each of them discovering a new part of themselves. They've each just shown each other really authentic, unconditional love, and that's been really refreshing to see in a spicy, borderline dark romance. It's been a very accepting book, and I just feel very happy when reading it, and I definitely recommend it. I'm gonna film myself reading like this last little bit, the last 50-ish pages, and I'll check back in with y'all at the very end, and then we'll pick out the next book that I want to read based on my mood at that time. So yeah, it's just really, really adorable. No, adorable is not the right word. It is, I've really appreciated how mature all three of the characters have been. I feel like even in adult fiction, a lot of times main characters, especially in spicy romance, they're written very immaturely. I don't know what he's looking at so intently. He's so funny. But yeah, he just randomly looks at my door and stuff. I don't know. But anyway, I've really appreciated with the whole Salacious Players Club series for it handling very sensitive and kind of taboo topics. It's handled very maturely, and the characters are written in a very complex and understanding way. And I just really appreciate the author for that. I am about to finish. I got a couple more chapters read, but there's been a lot of growth in the last like 5 or 6 chapters, and that has been really like beautiful to see. And that's something that I feel like I didn't get as much from in the first 2 books, Praise and Eyes on Me. They were definitely a little more lighthearted, spicy, in my opinion. This one is a little more serious. It goes a little bit deeper, and it talks about some really hard topics, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna keep reading and see if it gets to a 5-star. Right now it's sitting at a 4.5, so we'll see. That was really great. I'm just gonna leave it at a 4.5 star. The epilogue really got me. I just like was in their whole universe and I'm having to come back down onto Earth. But that epilogue really got me. I don't want to say anything about it because it definitely will spoil it. But definitely pick it up, especially if you've read the first 2 in this series and you enjoy this type of book. It's definitely not for everybody. I will give you a forewarning. The next book will probably not be as dark as this, and it may not even be romance. I don't know. But for now, this one is a 4.5 star. It was really beautiful. It was a beautiful story of growth and unconditional love and overcoming childhood trauma and people in the past who've had, control over you, overcoming that in adult life. And who knew you could get that in a spicy dark romance? People like dog on spicy dark romance. It's not real literature and it's not real reading. Well, it is, because this story was a beautiful story of growth, just like any literary fiction is. So I'll stand on that. 4.5 stars. I did want to leave y'all with some of my favorite quotes. If you don't want to stick around and you think it may spoil it, totally fine. You can skip ahead and chill with or watch me read my next book. The first one is, I rehabilitated myself and this woman next to me was my sentence. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, another one is, this one is like a slight spoiler, but not really because it doesn't say who is saying this quote, but the moment our tongues collide, I swear the apartment trembles, or maybe the earth quakes, or the universe implodes. I don't know, but something cosmic as fuck takes place because my best friend and I are officially making out in the kitchen in the middle of the night. So which 2 are making out? That's what you're wondering. Well, pick up the book and find out. Pick up the book and find out. This is why I'm going to start doing this and leaving quotes with y'all. So y'all can be thinking about these books till you pick them up. You're welcome. I know your TBR needs to be longer. Hold on. I'm going to find another one. Okay. This may be the last one, but another one is, having his mouth on me and not a single thought in my head other than finally was euphoric. Okay. Just, see, I'm flustered. Okay, gotta go. As I'm looking for more quotes to read you. This book has me in a chokehold. I'm living for this. Okay, I need to... No, one more. I squeeze my clutch close to my body, and when the elevator pings on the casino floor, the doors open to reveal Hunter and Drake waiting in their all-black suits. My men. Okay, I'll be done. This is a 4.5 star. I hope that those ending quotes that I left you with made you want to read it even more. But let's get into another book. I really need to figure out what I'm in the mood to read. I kind of want to stay in the romance genre, but I also just got sent so many good ARCs, so I think I may read one of those. So here's the thing. I started Holly Jackson. Is that... Listen, I'm so bad with names, okay? I am so bad with author names, so I'm gonna have to look and make sure. I cannot be the only one that gets Jennifer Lynn Barnes and Holly Jackson mixed up because of those 2 series that always remind me of each other. So just hold on a second. It was Holly Jackson. Look at me, I'm making improvements. So I got sent Holly Jackson's new book coming out. Not quite dead yet. And I was pretty excited about it. I'm hesitant, okay? I've never picked up Holly Jackson because she has only written YA in the past. And I am about to be 25. I just am not into YA anymore. It's not really my thing. So I just never picked it up. I knew that it wasn't going to be worth my money or my time, and it wasn't going to get a fair judgment from me. So I skipped out on those, hoping that she would maybe come out with adult fiction one day, but if not, is what it is. Well, she announced that she was coming out with adult fiction. So I read the synopsis and I was interested, but hesitant, because I was like, the problem is if the main character is even relatively in a younger demographic, it's probably going to come off YA just because of the typical books she writes. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I started this book a couple of days after I started this one, and I was really trying to get into it. I've really tried to get into it. The chapters are extremely long. The main character, I don't know her age, but her name's Jet, and she just seems so teen to me still. So I'm not going to DNF it. That's not what I'm saying in this, but I don't think I'm going to put it in this reading vlog because it's not what I'm in the mood to read, and this is a mood reading vlog. So I need to figure out what I'm in the mood to read. I have a new nonfiction memoir that I've been really wanting to pick up. So we have that one. I just got sent it today. And it comes out at the end of July. So I'd love to get around reading it before it comes out. But I also have Some Kind of Famous by Ava Wilder, so I could keep the romance theme going. I have the next book in the Eddie Flynn series, Devil's Advocate, from Steve Kavanaugh. I also got sent Will Dean's new book today, but I think I'm going to wait on that one because that one doesn't come out till early 2026. That's still a long ways away. Okay, so what if I didn't do an ARC? What else do I want to read? I just made a cart of all of the things that I want to read. Like my most highly anticipated reads. I put it on a cart like everyone else does, I know. But I just put it on a cart because I can never, like, this is so stupid, but I can never, like, look around my library and be like, that's what I want to read. That's what I want to read. That's what I want to read. I get very overwhelmed or I forget. And then I start reading a book and I'm like, man, I forgot about that other one that I wanted to pick up. So I needed to condense it all into one spot and figure out what books I need to read in series. That's what I was really trying to figure out as well. So I need to look at that cart real quick and then I will come back to y'all. Okay, I got it. I am late to this book, like the hype of this book, and that's okay. I'm always late to the hype. I like reading books after the hype wears down because I feel like I go in with a little bit less or a little bit lower expectation. So I normally rate things better, and I've been doing that for forever and it works for me. So don't judge me. But the next book we're going to read in this vlog is The Favorites by Lane Fargo. I just hauled this one, so definitely go check out that video if you haven't. I will link it in the description. But we're going to pick up this one. I just hauled it. I got it off of Pango from another bookseller, book reader. And I have just heard, nothing but great things. If you've heard bad things, I don't know where you're hearing them from. I have not seen any bad things. I've just heard it's very dramatic and I am so down. So down. So we're going to dive into this one. I need to finish editing a little bit for another video and make a thumbnail, and then I'll probably hop into it. I have a big paper due at the end of the week, so I'm hoping I can get through this in the week. I've heard that you can just fly through it even though it's pretty long, but it'll be what it is. I'm very excited to pick it up. This is a romance primarily. I think it is more in the literary fiction realm, and it's between two ice skaters, and supposedly it's just really dramatic. It involves competition and how competitive the sports world is, especially ice skating and figure skating, and I think it'll be really fun. So I'm really excited. Y'all are gonna laugh, but it's a couple of days later at this point. I think it's been a couple of days. I've had a pretty rough ending to my week. Some major life changes are happening, and it's just been kind of a sad day for me today. In all honesty, I am very anxious and not doing well. So I was gonna hop on here and just give a little bit of update, because books are what makes me happy, and the community that I'm making and building makes me happy. So I would like to spend time with y'all when I'm a little sad. So we're still reading the favorites. So far, I'm really loving it. I totally get the whole like drama that everyone alludes to in their reviews of this book. I adore that it is mixed media or multimedia. I think that is so fun. I love that it is like an interview format, and they are going to be interviewing a lot of different people from both the main characters' past life, current life, and people that are even experts on figure skating and ice dancing. And I also learned that I said figure skating in my first clip, or ice skating, and it's actually ice dancing. So I thought I would just clarify that it is ice dancing. I've learned in the first like few chapters. But like I said, I'm only a few chapters in. It's like I'm like on page 40, so kind of want to just sit down and read and chill for the night. So grab a book, grab your drink of choice, grab a snack, sit down, and let's just read and chill out. Does anyone else have to take the dust jacket off of a hardcover to read it? Every time I try and start reading it with the dust jacket on, and I get 20% of the way through, and I can't do it anymore. So the dust jacket is going off. Also, the way the book is written, because it's multimedia, it's like a chapter written in the main character's POV, and then there's a few pages at the end or beginning of the next chapter that are portions of the interview. So the chapters don't feel super long because you get that interview in between, which I feel like is gonna make the book fly by, which we love. We love to see that. Good morning, guys. I woke up this morning and I just decided that today is gonna be a reset day for me. Like I said in a couple clips back, I had a pretty bad day yesterday. It is now Saturday, and I am just choosing to move forward and make progress and just, I don't know, reset my life. and find my productivity again. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I woke up, I made myself a coffee, which y'all saw in the last clip, and I'm gonna just sit down and read for a little bit. Reading is what makes me happy. It brings me the most joy. And so I'm just gonna sit down and read until Micah wakes up. And then I think I'm gonna go get a library card when the library opens. I've lived down here for over 2 years now, and I still haven't picked up a library card. So I need to go over there. I wanna try out Libby. I've never tried audiobooks off of Libby. So I think that'll be really interesting. And I realized that my library, you have to have like a physical card. They're not one that has the digital ones. So I'm gonna walk over there, see what they have. My husband's lived down here when he was a kid. So he said it's a really cool library. So it'll be cool to just go check it out. I'm just gonna do some stuff that brings me peace today. And I hope that if you're struggling or I don't know, you're overthinking, you're not alone. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you, girl, and we're gonna get through it. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And you're strong, and I believe in you. And I just wanted to talk about that because I know most of y'all don't know me very well, but I struggle with anxiety very bad. Currently in therapy, and I really support therapy and think it's a really great thing. I used to not believe that, but I've really changed my stance on that. And I want to be very transparent about my mental health on here. And just, I want y'all to know that if you're struggling, I see you. And my comment section and my DM section is always open. So feel free to message me. I'm always here. Also, I have exciting news. Y'all are gonna laugh and think I'm crazy, but a few years back, like 3 or 4 years back, I went on a social media detox where I deleted Instagram, and what else did I have? I feel like it was mainly Instagram. I was getting into a very dark place, and most of it was because of social media. I just could not get away from negativity anywhere I looked. So I went on a complete social media detox. I was planning on it being like 1 or 2 months. Micah did it with me for a little bit, and I ended up loving it. Like, I loved not having Instagram and always having to be involved in like other people's lives, especially people from high school that like I wasn't friends with anymore, or people from college that I just randomly became friends with. So I deleted it thinking I was gonna want it back, and I didn't, and I still have not had it to this day. So now it's been about, oh my God, I would say 4 years at this point that I haven't had any social media apps. I've periodically downloaded TikTok, but I've always deleted it within like a couple weeks. And I always have had Goodreads, and I got on Lemonade later last year, I believe, or earlier this year. And I downloaded Lemonade and got on that, and it has been great. It is like a perfect balance between Pinterest and Instagram, and there's just a lot of positivity, and I love the little community I've built over there. So if you're looking for a new app, definitely go check me out on Lemonade. But I said all of this to say I started an Instagram account just to be able to post the stuff that I post on Lemonade to Instagram, because I know more people have Instagram. So I'm gonna link the description, or link my account in the description. So definitely go follow me and check me out. I'm gonna be posting just different content over there than I post on YouTube. I will probably post some of my shorts over there as reels, but check me out, and it'll be easier to talk to me over there too. And I'm hoping to maybe start like a book club or something. So we'll see how it goes. I am very excited, and I wanted to let you know. We're gonna get into reading. I'm just gonna be hanging out with you guys. I'll pop in every so often to just give you an update on how I'm feeling about the book. So far, I'm still really liking it. I don't think I'm gonna like it as much as everybody else, but I am only 50 pages in, so I think it will get better. Oh my God, that's so bitter. Hold on. Okay, let me know in the comments. Are you a like black coffee drinker? Do you like it very bitter? Or are you like a cream, sugar, extra sugar, syrup kind of girl? Or are you in the middle? Let me know, because coffee is very divisive, and I've had a coffee, like an espresso machine in my house for a very long time. And so I'm still perfecting my recipe, and I try out different syrups all the time, but random poll. Something I really love so far in this book is the found family Heath and Kat have found in each other. I think that you don't find that a lot in romance books where it really only focuses on the two main characters. There isn't a lot of other characters in this book so far, and so they really have found family in just each other. They don't have a big friend group. They don't have other parents that they're close to or other relatives they're close to. It's just each other, and that's really beautiful to me, and I think that's what's going to make them so great at ice skating in the end. Okay, I finished the book last night, and I'm gonna give it like a 4.25. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as everybody else. I think that it was a little bit less dramatic than I was anticipating, or maybe just different than what I was expecting. I feel like that happens with most books, as I just go in with the wrong expectations because of social media. So I don't know exactly what I was expecting. This is my first book from this author, and I love her writing style. I really love just how this one was written. I love that it was multimedia, and that we got all of the different like judges' inputs, the specialist inputs, the coach's input, the past and the present timeline. I said in like one of my first original clips that I loved the found family between Heath and Kat, and that definitely ebbed and flowed throughout the book. I definitely got the drama in the sense that there was like whiplash, I felt like, between all the different relationships. Like people would be friends and then they wouldn't be, and then like Heath and Kat would get together and then they wouldn't be, and it was just all very dramatic. It was very like teenage drama, but they were like in their mid-20s by the end, and so that was kind of weird for me. I do feel like towards the end it was a little young still, and they didn't handle things very maturely, but it is fiction, so like I just enjoy it for the ride. Overall, I was very impressed. It lived up to the expectation. I wasn't really expecting it to be a 5-star read, but definitely a 4-star, and I would definitely recommend it. I'm excited to pick up They Never Learn by this author. That one is Her Dark Academia, and that's more my style than this one. But yeah, I would recommend it. I think that's gonna wrap up this reading vlog for now. I was really excited to just mood read and get back into reading, which that has definitely happened in this video. I'm definitely back into it. I also picked up Ask for Andrea last night when I got done with this one, and so that's what I'll be reading next. Definitely check out my July wrap up for my thoughts on that. And I have a really fun new series starting in August, so definitely stick around. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you know when I post that first video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.